What are Jellycats? No, not that. Where'd you get that picture? Jellycats are a new phenomenon that is causing grown adults to spend a lot of money on stuffed animals. In today's world, people often consider overconsumption to look something like this.
Lots would like me to get rid of everything.
When in reality, it can also look like this. And you know, I'm a consumer personally. I am very guilty of buying things I do not need. It's pretty hard to escape the constant advertisements thrown at me from everywhere. But you know, I'm trying to dial it back for both environmental reasons and monetary reasons. And lately I have been seeing so many TikToks about Jellycats and Jellycat Diner. So I had presumed this brand is taking off because of something new they're bringing to the table. And that's not really what I found. And we're friends here. You won't get mad at me when I say this, right? Can I be brutally honest? These plushies are cute. Don't get me wrong. They are definitely cute. But some of these look like I can get them at the Walmart claw machine. And at least when I do that, I pay $1 and I get to play a game while I do it. They're very cute, but they're not really anything I've never seen before. For example, they have a bunch of these keychains that are about $20 to $30, and they're only a few inches tall. You know, they're pretty small. And I can find some pretty comparable keychains for less than $8, and some of them are value packs. I just don't really get it, but I kind of want to. Like I said, I'm a consumer. I love stuff that's only purpose is to be cute and then sit on a shelf so you can look at it being cute. I would just like an explanation of why people are going so crazy about these and willing to stand in line for 2 to 4 hours to get their hands on one. Yes, you heard me right. People are willing to stand in line for up to 4 hours at the prospect of getting a stuffed animal. This is the first video that came up on my For You page, and I truly thought Jellycat Diner was a restaurant. I had thought it was like the new poppin' place to go in New York, and I was like, wow, it must be really good, have really good service to have all these people waiting in line to eat food. But then I went into the comments and people were like, oh, I want to get one so bad, saying stuff about like products. And I was like, oh, so it's a retail store. So probably like clothing, maybe shoes, maybe electronics, you know, things that people tend to go crazy for. But no, it's just these things. And okay, I may find it a little silly, but let's give Jellycat Diner a chance to wow us, shall we?
Do we want to 10?
Yes.
Yeah?
Simple.
Perfect. Yeah. A little bit.
A little more.
Perfect.
This is pretty cute. It's kind of giving Build-A-Bear, but less work because you're not actually building anything. You're just playing pretend. I can see a kid really enjoying this, even though it's an adult participating in the video. But hey, a little childlike whimsy never hurt anyone.
Over here, on the terrace.
Oh, he really keeps on going. Okay. Yep, get your fake cream on there. Uh-huh.
That.
And then he completely squishes it into the paper. What about the cream you just put on? It's ruined. That was pretty fun. A little underwhelming, but let's see if there's a bit more to it. Okay, so a bit more of the same. These workers are very endearing. They're making it very fun for the people that are buying these Jellycats in person, but I don't think that makes them worth $50. And you got to keep in mind, they have an online store that most people probably buy from and don't get this showmanship when they do. You know, I think TikTok may have made marketing way too easy for businesses, which is good. Let me say, first of all, for small businesses, that is awesome. It's really cool that small businesses can go on TikTok, advertise themselves for free, and get some exposure to a wide group of people. That's not who I'm talking about here. Jellycats is not a small business. They have 77 locations worldwide, and with their newfound boom and popularity, I'm sure that number's just going to go up. But they were doing pretty well without everyone going crazy over them on TikTok. And people on TikTok don't seem to be realizing they are making these free ads for these businesses. And I'm not saying if you like a product from a business, you shouldn't talk about it if you're not getting money. That's not my point here. I just find it so interesting that so many businesses are getting that free marketing just because someone liked their product. You know, word of mouth is one of the best ways you can market a product from the actual consumers. Like, these TikToks have millions of views. People definitely looked up Jellycats after this, and a percentage of that group also probably bought one. And like I said, these things are cute, but I don't understand why they're blowing up. What happened to businesses coming up with new creative ideas I've never done before to be their main selling point? This is definitely not the first time that stuffed animals have become crazy popular with adults and kids. But in the last few decades, there usually seems to be a good reason for these frenzies to happen. I feel like it kind of started in the 80s with everyone wanting the ugliest effing doll I've ever seen. I hate Cabbage Patch dolls. I think they're hideous. And if that offends you, I want you to really look at that Cabbage Patch doll you have sitting in your closet and really look at it. That thing's ugly. I don't really have an explanation of why those blew up. Couldn't tell you. But then back in the 90s, Beanie Babies blew up, and those ones were mostly because people thought they could resell them and like pay their kids tuition in 20 years. And then there was like the Beanie Baby crash of 2000. So then those got dethroned as the it toy. And then in the 2000s, people started getting creative. Build-A-Bear Workshop came along, and they blew up because they let kids pick exactly what they wanted their bear to look like. They would pick the outfit, they would watch the person stuff their bear, and they even let the kid put the little heart in. Like, come on, that's adorable. And I did participate in this frenzy as a child. I got a Build-A-Bear around probably the age of like 7 or 8, and unfortunately my Build-A-Bear has gone through it. My dog actually ate its ear off, and then we got it fixed. And then my dog ate its eyes off. And surprise, I actually still have my bear. She has been through it. Her ears are a little uneven now, and her eyes are much closer together than they used to be. But she's still cute. She's just seen some things. She even has a shirt that they gave her when they fixed her that says, "I was hugged with love at Build-A-Bear Workshop." You know, she had an ongoing battle with my dog Roxy. And Roxy was a warrior. Roxy ate hermit crabs. She ate both mine and my sister's Game Boys. She ate a basket full of Easter candy. She got into anything. And she lived to be about 16 years old as a big dog too. And you can't say it had nothing to do with her diet. But yeah, in the battle of Roxy versus Rose, I guess in the end, Rose wins. And then also in the 2000s, Webkinz came along, which was my personal favorite. And honestly, I think this may be hyperbolic, but I think it was the most groundbreaking toy for its time. If you don't know what Webkinz are, basically you would buy the stuffed animal, the physical stuffed animal, you would get that and you can play with that, you can cuddle that, but it would also come with a piece of paper attached to its arm that had a code on it. And you'd take that code to webkinz.com, you would punch it in, and you would get to play with a virtual pet. You would get to take care of this pet and play a bunch of mini games with it, which was sick. To me, this was like the perfect bridge between physical toys to playing cool math games on my dad's computer every night. I would say it was like the perfect happy marriage for a kid, a physical toy to a virtual game. So the stuffed animal crazes started pretty basic with the Beanie Babies and the Cabbage Patch dolls, but businesses started coming up with these fun, dynamic ideas to try to draw people in. Until TikTok came around and people were willing to buy anything put in front of their face. Even jars of air. People on TikTok are buying jars of air. Have you seen that?
Why do you sell air when air is free? Although air itself is free, not everyone has the time or energy to go out and collect their own jar of air.
We are so cooked. But anyways, Jellycats are just kind of there. Nothing really revolutionary, which is okay. I'm not saying every new product that comes out has to be groundbreaking. But we're back to my original question of why are people obsessing over these and why are they willing to spend so much on them? Yeah, that's crazy sauce. I'm sorry. I'm feeling like a fun sucker, honestly, in this video, but $50 is a lot of money. And whenever I'm unsure about whether or not I can justify a purchase, I tend to take the price of the product and compare that to other things I could use that money for. So, for example, for $50, I could go on Steam, right, on a sale week and get a AAA game. And I could play that game for hours and hours and hours of entertainment for $50. Again, most likely because it's on sale, but stay with me. Or I can go get an oil change, and that will prolong the life of the most expensive thing that I own. Or, I can get this guy, and he can sit on my bed. And if someone disagrees with me and thinks that is worth $50, there's nothing wrong with that. It's your money. You can spend it how you want. I just wonder how these people, I guess, rationalize that price in their head. So I decided to look into it a bit of why people are buying these. First one, I've already talked about it. It has to do with its virality on TikTok. People see it, they buy it. It is kind of that easy nowadays for these businesses. But what I have noticed that people really like to post about is the Amusables collection. This collection has a ton of unique little guys, and they are very cute. Like, come on, look at that tennis ball. Come on, that's adorable. But honestly, they're not anything that I feel like I have absolutely never seen anything like that before, right? A tennis ball plushie with a face. It's very cute. Don't get me wrong, I love that little guy. He's adorable. But I can go on Amazon and find a lot of dupes of these stuffed animals for a fraction of the price. So that argument doesn't really do anything for me. Another point is that they're apparently very high quality. When it comes to a plushie, that doesn't really draw me in. Plushies, for the most part, in my house are made to just be cute somewhere. I'm not a big snuggler with them, but if that's something you like, is something that's really soft and will stand the test of time because you're choking it to death every night, okay, I guess that makes sense. I feel like there are cheaper options that are probably just as good quality, but okay. And the last argument that I think can be made for Jellycats, and what I think is the best one, is that these products are ethically made. I can compare the price of Jellycats to Amazon all day and say, well, this one is way cheaper, but I don't know where that one is coming from. I don't know whose potentially underpaid hands are helping make it. And listen, if you are buying these products simply just because you know they were made ethically, I am not going to argue with that. That is a perfectly good reason to be willing to shell out a little extra money that you have on a product. But with that said, no one is talking about their ethical business practices, and that's not to say that the people that are buying them aren't aware of it or don't care about that. I'm just saying all the things that are advertised to me has yet to mention their ethical business practices. I found out about it just from researching on their website. Hi, sorry for the jump scare. This is editing Cam. I have been researching more and more as I am editing, and I came across this TikTok from this TikToker named Jamie Elena. She kind of dove a bit deeper into the fact that Jellycat may be advertising themselves on their website as an ethical business practice, but they don't seem to really be upholding that standard. Basically, Jamie Elena points out that in the fine print on their website, they say they don't necessarily require their direct suppliers to follow anti-slavery and human trafficking laws of their countries. They basically are just we do audits, and we're not going to tell you what the audits are or how often we're doing them. Just trust us, bro. Okay, just trust us. So with that said, kindly disregard what I'm talking about, please and thanks. So again, if someone is saying they're buying Jellycats because of the ethical business practices, I'm all for that. I just don't think a lot of people necessarily are. I think it's mostly because people saw it and were like, that's cute, I'm gonna go buy that. So with that all said, Jellycats, they're just some plushies that are a little overpriced. And actually, I saw on TikTok a couple friend groups doing a Jellycat white elephant. I thought that was a good idea and the perfect occasion for this product, but it is cute and quirky and perfect for something like white elephant. And if you go into this game with the expectation you're gonna get a plushie, everyone's gonna be happy. So I do like that. I would participate in that personally. But the idea of buying one for myself, I'm honestly not convinced. So I thought maybe I should go look at them for myself. So I actually looked up online where they sell these things. There's actually a decent amount of stores that sell them near me. So I decided to go to one just so I can actually see them in person and see if maybe that opens my eyes to the hype. So here's me doing that. Alrighty, Cam, you're going out into the world for the first time this week. Are you gonna go brush your hair? No, you're not gonna be brushing your hair? No? You're just gonna put a beanie on? Yeah, right. Alrighty then, let's go. Naturally, I had to go and get a coffee first because it was 2 p.m. This is me weighing the pros and cons of bringing in a coffee into this store with expensive plushies that I could spill on and would have to buy. So I decide it's best to just leave the coffee in the car for now. So when I was in there, I saw a couple of Jellycats. There was this bag that was quite expensive. There was a pretty well-made scorpion that I actually kind of liked. And there was another bag that was a turtle. Then we found him, the little adorable tennis ball. He is quite smaller than I thought he would be. He was about the size of my palm. And compared to the website, I didn't expect him to be that small. So that was all the selection the store had. So I decided to go to another store to see if I can find some other ones. So we're off to the other store and I see this display and look at this. What? Oh, wait. What brand is this? Wait, what the fuck? What? Where are the Jellycats? What is this brand? Finally, once I got on my hands and knees at the bottom of the display, I found a couple dragon Jellycats here that were very expensive. I just thought it was funny that they had advertised that giant Jellycat at the top and then proceeded to not display them, just threw them in a bin at the bottom. And then I turned around and saw this display, and this is where I am so happy I decided to do this little field research. Right before I hit record here, this girl walking by says, "Oh my gosh, Jellycats," to her friends. And I picked up some of this audio because she was pretty close to me. This is what she had said. Basically, she was telling her friends it was a brand from London that was really expensive. I think she said they were all like $45, which surprisingly, some are more than that. A lot of them are more than that, actually. But she seemed pretty excited about them, thought they were really cute. And she is right. They are very cute. They're very soft. Would I pay for these for myself? No. I would not do that. And I was planning on buying one of these plushies if I absolutely loved it. And the closest I got was the tennis ball. But unfortunately, since I do not play tennis, I did not get him. So now my official stance is that these are not for me. I gave them their best shot. I still think they're cute, but it's a no-go for me. And quick disclaimer, I'm not trying to be like, grow up, get a job, put that plushie down and pay your taxes. I do want to acknowledge I obviously have a lot of plushies behind me. And before you come at me and say, well, how much did you spend on all those? I actually made them. So, I only spent a good amount of money on yarn and many, many hours of my free time, so You know, Jellycats are fine. I didn't make this video with the intention to shit on a brand that seems to have ethically made products and also brings people a lot of joy. They just were really all over my For You page and I felt compelled to talk about them. And at the end of the day, I'm just a hater. So if Jellycats are your thing, rock on, dude. Keep buying them. Alrighty, guys. If you have made it here to the end of the video, props to you. Your reward is 1 Jellycat. No, not that one. Yeah, that one. If you are still here, please like and subscribe to my channel. Also, if you'd like, please leave me a comment letting me know what your opinion is of this expensive stuffed animal brand. I also have a fear this may have been too niche of a topic and that no one else has Jellycats all over their For You page. So let me know if you have heard of them before this video or if you're like, what the hell is this girl talking about? Let me know. All right. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.